everyone, my name is Marin Guevara, and as usual, a huge hello to anyone who is just clicking on this video or who is just checking out the channel, and a huge thank you to anyone who is returning or who is a new subscriber. Now, as you can tell from this title, today's video is going to be different. This will be a, I would guess, discussion slash gush video because I just met, well, this past Saturday, I just met one of my favorite authors of all time, and that is Josiah Bancroft, the author of the Books of Babel and the Hexologists. If you are or have been following this channel for quite some time, you might have already known that I mention that man and his series frequently in my videos. Okay, like maybe one video or two videos might pass where I don't mention the Books of Babel, but eventually I will mention it because I just love that series and I love talking about it. And I had this great opportunity of meeting him in person. This is my first time at an author meeting, signing event, and I just kind of, want to share my thoughts of the event, how I felt, and, talking with Josiah, meeting him in person. So yeah, that will be this video. First things first, I thought it would be very appropriate to wear my Senlin Ascends shirt that I have right here. I don't think you can see the entire thing, but here it is. This one is available at Ian Leno's shop. I'll link it down below. I know I've linked it before in one of my videos, but I'll link it again. On to the event, how I came to know about it. So this event was called Adventure on the Bookshelves, and it was an author signing event that was hosted by the Annapolis branch of Barnes & Noble. And truly, the stars aligned for me because what are the chances that, one, there would be a book signing event that was at a doable distance for me, and not only that, they would have one of my favorite authors of all time there, present. So it was perfect. It was honestly, this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me, basically. I actually saw the announcement on Instagram. I was scrolling through it, and I saw their post that Josiah will be there, and I was just like, oh my god, this is absolutely perfect. And I was basically just counting down the days of when the event will come. And yeah, when I was there at the event, one of the employees mentioned that usually when it came to these signing events that they do, they mainly got romance authors, and this was sort of like their first time branching out. And so Adventure on the Bookshelves is basically bringing SFF authors. So there were quite a number of them. I sadly don't remember all their names, but of course there was Josiah Bancroft. Cami Garcia, I remember, was one of the authors. Ray Naylor, who wrote The Mountain and Sea, was also there. So I think really a good selection of authors were present. And yeah, I was just incredibly thrilled that I had a chance. I had a chance to meet this man. And talking about the day when I got there, so yeah, July 27th, the event was going to be held from 12 to 4 p.m. I arrived there, and it was very nice because this event was relatively on the smaller side. This wasn't like a huge venue with long lines. This was a much more intimate type of event, and I prefer that. And I'm not gonna lie, I was such a nervous wreck. I mean, when I do have a bit of like social anxiety, I mean, I can, talk to people, obviously. I mean, I'm nervous, don't get me wrong. On the inside, I'm kind of freaking out, and it's like amplify that by 10 times more when you're meeting with someone whom you're a fan of. So I remember when I got there, I was kind of scared. I was so nervous. My heart was pounding, and I could see him. He was in the corner. The event took place at the back corner of the store, and I was so nervous. And I was very grateful that there were actually a couple of fans there who were talking with him beforehand. And while, I got up to say hello and then give my books, there was a really nice fan, this guy named Andy, who was there and whom I was sort of like talking with while talking with Josiah. And I actually prefer that. It really lessened the tension or lessened the anxiety for me. Having someone there, and we talked about, several different things, of course, Josiah and his work. He brought a lot of the copies that he owned and wanted signed. And what's also great was that he asked for a remark. So that's basically, for those who don't know, that's when an author like does a drawing in your book, I found out that he asked for one. And when I found that out, I was like, oh my God, I would really love it. I would really love to have a remark in my copy of Senlin Ascends. And honestly, I had to kick myself. I had to remind myself that, Marianne, this is your one opportunity, your basically one and only opportunity to meet this man in person. Just ask him, or you're going to deeply regret it if you don't. So I kind of just asked. I kind of like, could I please have a remark? And he was so gracious. And yeah, Josiah Bancroft himself was just a fantastic person to meet. I mean, it was kind of surreal, honestly, because I've mainly seen him in videos. I know Alan from the Library of Alexandria had this stream video. I know it was a video on YouTube that you can actually watch, where him and several other booktubers talk with Josiah about his books, his series, and that's the only time I've ever like seen him. So it was very surreal to see him in person, actually talk with him, and he was very gracious. You know, he signed all my books. He signed the fan art that I showed him, and he graciously accepted the little fan art I gifted to him. He really enjoyed it, and it just made my day knowing that he was very pleased with it as well. Looking back on it, I do regret not staying a bit longer, maybe having a longer, deeper discussion with him, because there was still time to do so. But honestly, I was just so nervous. Like, my anxiety was just like shooting through the roof because I was just so excited to meet him. And, you know, despite the fact that, you know, I wish I could have said more to him, said this to him, I still had a lovely time. And yeah, it was great to not only see him, but then to meet other fans as well. And unfortunately, I don't have anything like B footage of the event. Like I mentioned, it was a bit on the smaller side. And I think like if I stood in the middle of the room and panned over with my camera, I would be very noticeable, and no, I can't do that. And I certainly couldn't like ask for like a little interview, like with like have my phone up and record him. I was like, nope. My anxiety only allowed me to have him, you know, sign my books, send the fan art, get a remark, and then ask for a picture. Oh my God, the picture. I was freaking out so much, like meeting with him, that once I got like my book signed, I got the remark, you know, I talked with him a bit and said my goodbye, I completely forgot that, oh, I wanted a picture with him. So I had to like rush back, like, oh, by the way, and he was talking with like Ray Naylor. I did not want to interrupt with him. I did not want to interrupt him, but I was like, oh, could I have a picture with you before I go? And he said yes, obviously. And Ray Naylor was actually the one who took it, and I was so shocked that Josiah Bancroft is so tall. He's much taller than me, but yeah. That was just another instance where I was just so nervous that I couldn't function properly, but yeah, it was nice. It was nice, you know, going around, seeing the different authors. The event also had like a raffle. They even had at this table little boxes with the author's name on it. And there's like a slit in the box, and you can write down, you know, notes and slip it in for the author that they could read later on. It was just really cool. And yeah, I was just, once again, absolutely thrilled because, of course, Josiah was there. But it was nice attending a signing event. And honestly, I would like to go to another one if there was an author that I would be, you know, interested in seeing. It's such a shame because there's just not a lot of these type of events that happen near me. So once again, the stars were aligned for this day for me to meet him, and it was just spectacular. So next I'm going to show you the 6 books that I got Josiah Bancroft to sign. I basically have, except for one, all of my books are signed by him. The only book that I don't have signed is the German edition, and honestly, I thought about it. I thought about bringing the German edition along and having him sign it, because he did write it. He did write the book, but I don't know, I feel that it would be, I would look silly just bringing out the German edition. So I settled for these 6. So obviously I had my the self-published edition signed, and he was actually surprised. He wondered like where I got this one from, like where I managed to find a copy. And I told him A-Books. A-Books was where I got my copy. So of course there's the signature right there. So good. I did get my original, my paperbacks, my Orbit paperbacks signed. These are the editions that I read the series in, and of course I was thrilled. I was thrilled to have them signed. And of course the Hexologist was also signed as well. Now I did mention that I got a remark. So unfortunately none of us had a pencil, so Josiah had to work with what he got, and that was a Sharpie. So he drew in my book a Sharpie illustration. So that's fantastic, because I'm not that type of artist who can just take ink to paper and have faith that the image will turn out great. I need a pencil, and I need to, then I can outline it with any ink. But ink straight to the page, I can't do it. But Josiah can. So he put the remark in my copy of Senlin Ascends. This is the book that started it all, basically. So not only is this signed, so I'm just going to show you the signature first. It's signed, his beautiful signature, but I got, look at that, the remark. It's an image of Maria. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Look at that. That's without a pencil sketch. That is Sharpie straight onto the page. And this is just automatically my favorite copy. Yeah, I treasure this over all the copies that I have, even my sub-press editions. This just means so much to me. So yeah, there's that copy of Senlin Ascends. Another thing as well, at his table, he had a bunch of postcards for people to just take. So I managed to get 3 that I did not have. So this is very exciting. So you have Voletta atop the stone cloud. There's this one. And if you have not read the series yet, do so. Click away and do so. But if you have, you'll obviously know who this character is. So that's really cool. More of, this is Josiah's chalk art. And then I got one of the Sphinx, the great spoon. Fantastic. And then, yeah, I really wanted this one. It contains, his drawings of the characters. So you got Tom, Edith, Riddleman, Byron, you got Voletta, Irene, the Sphinx, and then Adam. So I'm really happy to have gotten these. I picked them up. These were free. You can just pick them up at the event. So that was great. Next, I'll show you the fan art that I had Josiah sign, that I got him to sign. And this is spoilery-ish. So I'm telling you right now, this is a bit of spoilers. This image, I'll put it down in the timestamps when it'll begin and end. But here it is. It's a watercolor piece that you actually might have seen in the background of some of my videos, like up here. But here it is. And then he signed it in the back. Yes, there it is. And I do have a picture of the fan art that I did gift to him. So now that is spoilery. So once again, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. But yeah, I'll just put an image of it over here. And yeah, I'm just so happy that he enjoyed it and he really liked it. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed my gush video on attending this book signing event and meeting Josiah Bancroft. This was very much an off-the-cuff type of video. So yeah, I hope I was coherent, basically. And yeah, please let me know down below if you have ever met one of your favorite authors, if you've ever attended one of these signing events. I would love to hear your thoughts, your experiences. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoyed, check out the channel, subscribe, like, do whatever. And yeah, thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.